Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're back in War Thunder looking at another replay. This was sent in by Fabi2099 and it was sent in a while ago, at least a few weeks ago, and it was because I made that air assault video that showed over 50 aircraft kills, which I thought was absolutely astonishing, and I still think it's astonishing. Thank you to the prick outside with a Harley Davidson. What a wonderful human being at midnight. Lovely. Anyway, let's go on. And so, Fabi left a comment on the video and then sent me the replay via email. If you have a replay you'd like me to see and feature on the channel, the link is in the description for it. It's basically the email. Just send me the replay file and I'll make sure to record it and then commentate at a later date. So if there are some of you who think, oh, maybe I've missed the replay or maybe I've left it out, no, I'm just holding it for a different time. At this moment in time I have 20 replays, which is wonderful. It's lovely to see you guys, want to share your games, not just with me but with the audience, so I thank you very much for that. So anyway, back to the Tank Assault game mode. What is Tank Assault? Well, I did a video on it a while back, giving my basic thoughts on what I thought about it, and I thought it was pretty good. The fact that you could use it to grind modifications, that you don't have to go against other players to do, you get decent RP research, you seem to get quite a large boost for completing it, but then again it's quite hard to complete. I also talked about how the AI does tend to cheat, which I don't really like, and also I thought would put a lot of people off the game mode, and that seems to be the major criticism that people have of it. I also think there should be a bit more terrain and obstacles and things that you can hide behind, maybe a bit more AI on your side, just to make it feel like an actual battle. But Fabi here and his Tiger 2P seems to have hit the mother lode. The fact is that he is facing stuff like 76 Jumbos in his Tiger 2P, pretty much top tier in this mode. He's also facing Super Pershings though, which do definitely take a lot more killing than your average thing. But what is remarkable about this replay is that he actually doesn't die. He stays alive through the whole of it, apart from, aircraft and stuff that he uses. But when we're talking about the Tiger 2P, the vehicle that he's using in the replay, he doesn't die. He does take damage over time to, members and tracks and stuff like that, but it all gets repaired and he's able to slog through it and actually win, which I find actually amazing. I've only been able to, win one of these tank matches once, and that was when we had a fully coordinated team on my side, which generally you don't get in tank battles for obvious reasons. Something I also just want to point out real quick is not related to the replay itself, but Gaijin have just announced the Warbond vehicles for this month, and one of them is the D520. Now the D520 is a French premium British aircraft. It sits at 2,800 Warbond points, or whatever you want to call them, and you can unlock it by doing the challenges. So I'm going to be doing it, and if you want to, go for it too. It's a special vehicle, definitely not a hidden vehicle in the game, but something that's different that you generally don't see. And I think it would be a nice cherry on the top of my British premiums, which I pretty much have all of the special ones for, apart from the D520. So yeah, just to point that out for you, if you want to go for it. Now back to the game. The Tiger 2P in itself is great for this type of game mode. The fact that you have armor behind you, and the fact that you have a really good gun. From my personal experiences in the game mode, what has served me well is something that has decent turret armor for the BR that you're sitting at, and also a gun that is able to even penetrate the highest of heavy tanks. Generally, this combination isn't too hard to find. You look at the Tiger 2P, T29, the M4A3E2, I believe it is, the Jumbo, is very good. Stuff like the KV1s As long as you don't get lucky shots by the AIs who spawn, you know, to the side of you and shoot you in the side, you should be good. But basically, heavy tanks which have a decent gun on them seem to do pretty well. Maneuverability isn't really required in this game mode just because you're in such a small area. It doesn't really matter if you need to move long distances or even do it fast. So medium tanks kind of lose out in that way to heavy tanks as long as the heavy tanks themselves have the armor. So stuff like even T10Ms, when we're looking at the highest of tiers, would be better than something like a Leopard. Now, one thing that is great about this game mode is that it teaches you how to shoot, or it has the ability to teach you how to aim. I've talked about in the past a lot of times how there are different mods and modifications out there to be able to help you learn where to shoot each and every vehicle, and it's very important that you understand that, especially in tanks. In aircraft, not so much, especially when you get to the later tiers, such as tier 4 and 5, because generally if you've done damage to an aircraft, it's not going to fly very well. There was also the bug found by a couple of players where once the aircraft took some damage, it seems like you kind of get a lag spike or something like that, and the server just kind of craps out on you, and everything just kind of falls apart, and therefore you can't even fly your plane even though you've only got minimal damage. So hopefully that gets fixed. Maybe it already has been fixed, I don't know, I haven't checked the most recent patch notes. But when it comes to ground assaults, the most kills I believe I've had is around about 40, and that's with a significant amount of deaths as well, just because the AIs as they spawn in, that first shot generally cripples you. But Fabi did a wonderful job in this replay and was able to manage it. Was there some luck involved? Of course there was some luck involved. There is always luck involved when we talk about these situations. But he finally ends up with 6 aircraft kills, 69 ground strike kills, and 14 assists. Absolutely just astonishing. And I wanna put it out there. So we now have an over 50 kill air assault game. We now have a nearly 70 ground kill tank assault game. Now my question is, can you beat it? These modes seem to be, at least the air one's doing okay, but the tank one, when I've tried to queue up for it and play it, there hasn't been a lot of people playing it. So maybe this would be an impetus to try and get more people involved in it, because I think it is a good mode, and I hope they develop it a little bit more. It's nice that you get RP and silver lines and stuff like that out of it, so it would be nice to see it thrive. I always like the PvE aspect of most games, and it's nice to see that War Thunder is doing it as well. So yeah, try and beat 69 ground kills, and try and beat, I believe it was either 54 or 58 air kills. Let's see what you can do, because, well, I'm going to be trying, especially while I'm doing the battle trophies, so I don't lose my mind trying to get this D520. But anyway, sorry for the shorter video today. Once again, it is very warm here, and, well, my computer doesn't like warmth. Isn't that a surprise? So by tomorrow we're going to have a long video on an interesting topic. I'm not going to say any more, just look forward to it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.